All right, that looks like I'm live, right? So, this is day number 95 of building my business, and I want to show you a few interesting things. So, first of all, what the hell is that? That's not that's not correct. That's not correct. Let me correct it. 95, it's gonna be 97. So, I started a community, right? And I'm gonna show you right now after I have it 97. Right? Because those thumbnails, they're always quite stupid to upload all the time. I'm sure there's a more efficient way of doing that. Okay, whatever. So I started this community, right? I started, I would say, on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I invited first members. And we already have 20 people. And that's crazy. Like, and people are actually active. Like, that's so cool. I love it so much. And what I will be working on today is I will be working on developing a shared project for this community. So my goal is to bring this community to be the best and the biggest Salesforce community in the world for Salesforce developers. I'm not so sure about the biggest though, right? I'm sure about the best, but I'm not so sure about the biggest. I don't chase numbers, I chase quality. So I chase quality of people who are in, and therefore I have chat like with literally everyone who is joining the community, right? So I'm not like just letting in everyone, every single person, like, oh hey, I have here a community and it's a paid community, so if you pay you can join. No, that would be terrible. I've made my mistakes with it. So that's not gonna happen anymore. Um, so what I've been working here, turns out a lot of people actually want to do a shared project together. So we had the first meetup basically in this community last week on Wednesday. And turns out quite a bit of people, they were like, oh, I want to do a project together. And I was like, that sounds kind of like a good idea. And therefore, I think I'm gonna come up with a project. I already started here outlining. Didn't really finish that much. But what I want to do is I want to pair people, not even pair, like maybe three people, three people. Yeah, three people, three person together, like form a group of three people. And Zodiac, hey, welcome. So form a group of three people, and then yeah, I'm good. I'm very good. I'm building the community, and I'm super excited for this one. So I'm gonna develop today this basically this project for people, and yeah, then I'm gonna run this week this project. So the first project gonna be quite a small one. I'm not gonna overload people with like huge project. Just gonna be basically test run, and then I can see if I can come up with not my own projects, but maybe I can take real projects from real companies and actually let it run, right? That's what I've been thinking about. So yeah, the community goes quite well. We are on discovery 435. It's funny because this rank is jumping all the time. Not that I care too much about this one, but it's kind of jumping. It jumped, I think, to 423, and then it jumped to like 480 or something. So it like jumps even during the day, which is fine. This ranking is kind of calculated as how active people are and how many people are joining, like the growth of the community. So I'm quite confident we can get into top 100. I am quite sure about that at some point. What I really care about again is activity, not like what is how much I earn from that, not all that activity. That's the most important thing. And how do I want to achieve the activity? I want to achieve activity by actually pairing people together and let them work on small projects, because as soon as people actually work together on something, I'm sure it will be so much better than just people just chatting here in the chat. So it doesn't make a community if you just chat in the chat, right? It's just a chat group. So a community, we should have talks, we should work on joint projects, right? We should have like own culture, own way of behaving, basically. That's that's what I'm doing. And another thing, we are of course working a lot on this learnapex.com, and there is some really cool stuff going on here. So Harish, he went from 0 to 1,000 points in a matter of 2-3 days. I don't remember exactly, but 2-3 days. And it's crazy because it's a lot of points. Like if you go here and if you solve, let's say you solved methods, right? And you go here, you get, let's see how much I would get for this one. You get like 15 points, and that's a lot. Like for most cases, you get like 10 points. So so where's the leaderboard? So he basically solved like 100 tasks. Like what the hell? Like you solve 100 tasks each day, 30 tasks. Like that's huge. I mean, of course they're getting like if you already know how to code and you start with variables, it's kind of easy, right? So you kind of know how to do that. And then the more like for example triggers, this definitely takes a lot more time to go through triggers, right? But yeah, but anyway. And then the dude the dude actually jumped also to 750 in a matter of like 3-4 days. So that's crazy. There's some really competition going on here, and I see like Harish can actually make it to like top 3. Depends if GP how he will respond. Like that's really crazy. And it's gonna be hard for Harish to go here because those guys gonna crush it anyway. But I'm quite curious how it's gonna be. Those are my thoughts. So what we're gonna be working today is this thing. I'm gonna be developing this this project basically for my community. That's the idea. And I'm gonna share with them, and they're gonna have access to it, and I'm gonna separate them into different roles. We're gonna have meetings for them. I'm gonna explain them what to do, and all of that. Okay, let me check if I'm good here. And I'm online actually everywhere. I think I am. I'm good. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm definitely good. Let's see what we're gonna be doing. Let me actually put some music. What was the company that I've been using? Oh my god, I already forgot everything. Damn, what was the company? Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound, yes. Yes. Let me log in on a separate page. Okay, I hope you can hear the music. All right. So the idea behind the project that I want to give, basically, I want to have 2 different levels of people. Like Level 1, those are people that don't have that much of like real knowledge around Apex. So for example, those people who didn't really discuss triggers. And level 2, people who are already a little bit more advanced. Yeah, well, I'm thinking because it's kind of hard, so it's gonna be hard to like really define those levels. I think it's gonna need a little bit of practice before because if I think about like I'm just going through the members and like what are the levels of the members that I know, and I know that some of them won't be able to solve a good trigger task like this one, especially not with LWC, but some of them will, right? So I'm gonna need to think about some kind of levels, right? The first level is definitely the first actually. So the first level is gonna be the hardest one to develop, because it's really easy to develop tasks or projects for people who are capable of solving real world tasks. Like that's 100% totally possible, right? Um, because I can just take something that I had on my last job and I can just like put it into the thing, right? But I cannot really. For those people who, for example, who don't know how to write proper trigger, who are still working. So I have this platform, right? And if I think about this platform, people who are still here and struggling here, that doesn't make sense for me to give triggers. It won't work. Like that doesn't make any sense at all. So this level is going to be kind of hard to develop because there is no like real world application that you can teach. So maybe I should completely abandon this idea for people who are still very much into basics and never discuss the trigger. Maybe I should just kind of open the trigger project only when people already know triggers. Like I think it would make sense, but I know that the last time I ran my 12-week program, people were saying, "Oh, we need some kind of like real world stuff. Give us real world stuff." And we were discussing loops. They didn't even know. They don't even know maps or something, or DMLs or SOCL operations, and they wanted real world stuff. But if I give them the real world stuff, that's gonna be like super hard for them. They won't be able to do that, or not, or they won't learn that much from that. That's the problem. But I think it's not up to me to decide, right? I think I can develop a project, and then it's gonna be up to people to decide, right? Okay, so the way I want to develop this project is I have an idea. So I want to build basically like a dashboard. Let's say if I am the business, right? Let's say I really ordered this thing. I went to the team of them and I say, hey, can you develop for me a thing that's gonna automatically track memberships of my community members? Like when did they apply? How much? What is the price? How active they are? All of those things, right? And then I want to see a nice LWC dashboard with those people like ranked from with the biggest with the biggest like points and so on. So yeah, with the points, with the most active people, those who, and also I want to see like monthly recurring revenue and annual recurring revenue, error. Oh my god, I can't really pronounce this thing in English. That's what I wanna have as a project. I think it's a fun project because we can have a little bit of triggers there, and we can have a little bit of LWC, which is gonna be quite cool for people. I know that probably not that many people in my community know about LWC, but it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. Is the course making revenue now? Yeah, the course is making revenue. Yeah, yeah. I can't get the money though. I can't because yeah, because I don't have the visa. So it doesn't make sense for me. If I make money, it's still gonna be in the Gumroad. Like, just can't get it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm slowly. It is getting critical because I put in the last couple of months. I put basically my whole focus on the platform, on the course, right? And I completely I completely abandoned my one-to-one mentoring. This is the way I get the most money, right? And I'm paying salaries from them. Like, I have two separate, basically those two things, they're separated, right? So I pay the salaries for the guys in Ukraine, and for my living expenses from like the money that I earn through one-to-one mentoring. Because with one-to-one, I can actually send an invoice and they're gonna pay for the invoice. Versus with the course, I can't do that because I cannot go to every person and say, hey, pay me invoice separately. That's not gonna work. It's gonna like kill the conversions so much, right? So I found this platform Gumroad, which works well, but uh, yeah, I can't withdraw from Gumroad because I don't have Stripe and I don't have any like real banking account, and I cannot connect Stripe because there's no Stripe in Ukraine. That's the thing. I can show you. Made a little bit of sales. So you're waiting for making a Stripe account. Yeah, so like without a Stripe account, I can't do anything. So those payout, how much? I have like 12,000. You can see here. I have like 12,000 sitting in the payout, and I can't do anything at all with that money. And I can like literally go like bankrupt, having like a lot of money on the Gumroad. Like, this is fucking crazy. They are idiots here in Germany. Like, I'm without visa for 7 or 8 months already. Like, this is just crazy. Like, this is really crazy. And I can't do anything. I already like wrote them so many emails. I called them. I can't do anything. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like, so I have one type of visa which was for working, like if you work as a developer, or if you work as a highly skilled professional, whatever. They give you like a special blue card, it's called, right? It's probably something like similar like green card in US. So you get a blue card, but with a blue card you're not allowed to open um a business bank account, right? So you also can't use your bank account for to get money. It's like your uh yeah, just not allowed. So you cannot, and you also cannot take money in any way, like I do right now. I guess, like you cannot take money, you cannot earn money. You can only earn money through working as a developer. Like, that's the only one way. Don't allow any entrepreneurial stuff. So if you want to do entrepreneurial stuff, you have to go and change your visa, right? And this is what I've been doing for fucking 8 months. That's how they work. Like, I don't know. Germany is stupid. Like, Germany will, and and you know what? They complain about the economy being down. Like, they literally like I don't know, like searching for other ways. They legalizing cannabis. They are allowing better like visa requirements for people who want to go to Germany, but they can't fix the business part. Like, come on, guys, if you can't fix the how easy it is to make a business in your country, like, you're doomed, because business is like backbone, like blood of the economy. And maybe if they gave me visa before, I would be paying taxes for 7 months already. Like, everyone would be happy, right? So the German economy is down right now. You see inflation everywhere. You go to the groceries, you're like, what the hell, I'm paying 100 euros for like one basket of food, basically. And people are notably like have less money. And that's crazy. That's crazy. And they don't like, and that's I even know stories. I know a story of a guy who paid uh like more than $1,000 for tax advisors because he couldn't make sense out of like whatever they're sending them, like the whole bureaucracy. So he paid over $1,000 for bureaucracy uh, with a company that made revenue $900 a month. Like what the hell? That's like I even didn't get to, like I even didn't start the company. uh, it's like waiting for me this type of like getting a visa is step number one. Then I still need to go and open a bank account, register myself as a freelancer basically, and then maybe at some point I'm gonna still have to like open a LLC or something. Like this is crazy. Germany is so stupid. To register a company, do you need some money in the bank to show to government or no need? I don't think you need. No, you don't. You don't. You just need to have the right visa. And the business plan. Oh my god, you have to show them the business plan. Which is so stupid because the business plan that I submitted for them like 5 months ago, it's already outdated. I'm doing different things. Like I had like my whole business plan was around running 12-week cohort-based courses, right? I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing that. I am running the community and I'm running this platform. Those are two things that I'm focusing now the most. So, and like the business plan that they want to give me the visa, it's outdated. That's my rant basically on them. But I think I'll be fine. I don't know. I hope. But I have no idea how they imagine people surviving in Germany like for 6 months without income. Like what the hell? So I think I had somewhere here a conversation with AI and this one brainstorming. I was brainstorming the ideas. Okay, I actually like what Claude here proposed for members. Probably not gonna. Let me just write here quick something like data model. Data model. The question for the data model, should we make members as a contacts? Like, should we completely not have any member thing? Like, can... Like, this is purely like just from the data model. I'm thinking a member. How is the relationship of a member and a contact? Can a contact be multiple members? No, right? So member will be basically for us a contact. Hey, what you building? I am building a couple of different things. So I'm building here a platform to learn how to code for people in very narrow way. It's not about Python or blah 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 or all of this like typical programming languages. It's about Salesforce Apex, right? So it's a very niche thing. And then when people started practicing here, they were like, oh, we actually want to kind of like catch up with together. Like, what the hell? Why I'm sitting alone here and programming? So now I have the school community. Here, this one. And now I'm also building the community. And now I'm working on the shared project for the community, basically, so that people in the community can go and together solve the project. That's the idea. But it's very, if you're not from the Salesforce community, it's kind of hard to understand what's going on here a little bit. Because this, like, members will be contacts, but with additional fields. Doesn't make that much of sense, right? Thank you, Michelle. You're welcome. If you want to see how to build like platform or something, then you're right here. Or how to build the community. Members, it's a personal account, no? Huh. That's a good idea. Like, you mean person account, right? Person account. Person account. I don't really like person accounts. Like, I don't know what's your experience with person accounts, but my experience is quite terrible. What would be your, what do you think, why not just using contacts? Is there any benefit? Like, I literally don't know. Like, I had some kind of thing with person accounts maybe 1.5 years ago. I don't really remember anymore about them. I just remember that that's like person, it's supposed to be I think it's supposed, like, per person, like, account, it's supposed to be like a company, like a Coca-Cola, and person account is supposed, if you like work with accounts, but they're supposed to be people. But then why don't we just use contacts, right? I think you're the first person I've seen use Edge in a long time. And not only Edge, I'm using Edge on the Mac. Edge is the best browser, come on. Don't tell me about Arc. I know about Arc. I know what you like. Probably you're already typing. Have you ever heard about Arc? Yes, I did. I used Arc. I didn't like it. I like Edge way more. Have you seen this feature? It's the best feature. Let's say precise. Why don't I use just contacts for person accounts? See, it doesn't really pull the summarize the page. In Salesforce standard, we have to fill the account for the contact, and when you use the contact as a member, they don't have account. No, you're junior. So I can't even see this thing. So basically, look at this. The Copilot immediately summarized for me this whole thing, right? Do you have it in Arc? Do you have it? Do you have it? No, you don't, right? I don't use it. I don't use this feature because I can just read with my eyes. But I think it's quite handy for, especially if you have like a long PDF and you're a student or something, you're studying. Really good. Alright, so what they say, that a contact, when use contacts as a member, they don't have account, no? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of right, but I mean, you can have a contact without account. You don't need to have necessarily an account on the contact, right? It's not a required field, isn't it? Let me check. Oh, come on, Trailhead. Why so long? Streaming playground. It's a lookup only required in the page layout. Okay, so then it's not a system level required, right? So you know how you can quickly check? You say insert new contact, and if I don't make a typo here, insert, it's gonna show you all the required fields. Last name. So the last name is the only one required field, basically. Right. So we don't have to do that, right? I understand that. So I understand that in Salesforce you're kind of supposed to have like hierarchy, right, with the account and then context, and then if you don't have, you're kind of supposed to do the person account. But the person accounts are super strange. Like, I don't remember exactly what's strange about them. I just remember then the last time I used them on the project, I was like, never again. Like, never again I'm gonna be using person accounts. Maybe they fixed it. I don't even remember why I was so mad on them, because it's been quite a bit of time ago. No idea. Curious to hear how you went about it. About what, Michelle? About using Edge? Study, hey? This message: when starting up company, how do you go about marketing without any money? Would be SEO, search engine optimization. Ah, definitely not search engine optimization, that's for sure. I mean, I had an audience on LinkedIn, right? So I've been building audience on LinkedIn for quite a long time. And yeah, that's been my way. So that's been my way. I've been building audience on LinkedIn. That's what you need, but you don't need to have a audience. It depends what kind of company you start, right? It helps to have an audience, but you don't have to do it, right? Definitely not search engine optimization, because if you think, when was the last time you bought something by googling it, some kind of service? Like, I never did it. All the time I bought something was because I was following some kind of influencer or someone on social media, and I either followed the person, right? I bought it from the person, or the person recommended for me some kind of product. But like, so that you go and Google and then you buy stuff, like, that's very rare, right? At least for me, like, I don't remember. It's been a case before, let's say 6, 7, maybe 8 years ago. I remember doing that, but now, in the last 5, 4 years, that almost never happens, because the behavior of people shifted. Like, the behavior, how we buy on the internet actually shifted, right? Unless you're buying some kind of sneakers or t-shirt, you wouldn't Google for it. Even with t-shirts, you wouldn't, probably, right? So the way we buy it, and this is why I'm so big on the communities, because I think that in the future, especially the more AI we get, right? Imagine if now there are rumors that GPT-5 gonna be around midsummer. Imagine if now we're gonna get like GPT-5, and GPT-5 gonna be able to write any Salesforce article like this, or any related article better than humans, or maybe as good as like average person writes. Because I don't think it's super hard to write really good article, because if you look at what articles are there on the internet, they're so shitty. You always have to go through half of the search engine optimization, right? So for example, if you say how to learn Apex coding, right? This one, for example, you go through prerequisites, through audience. What the hell? You like, what is Apex? I googled how to learn, right? I didn't Google what is Apex, right? And the explanation what is Apex is kind of shitty. When should developer choose Apex, right? So this is not what I googled. And in a lot of cases, if you Google anything, you will go to like half of the article through just the search engine optimization BS. So I think Google got so worse in the last years, and I'm not using it anymore that much. If I need to ask something, I would rather ask ChatGPT or Claude, because I can go back and forth, and I can ask more like granular questions and go deep into topics, right? Or I'm just following someone who I know, or you can actually go to the community. This is something that I'm doing. So if I need some kind of question, I'm gonna go to just community. We have here a community of people who are building courses, right? We have Notion Wizards, for example, a really good community of Notion nerds. So mermaid language, yeah, mermaid language is actually quite cool. Yeah, so this is basically my idea. I believe that slowly the search engine optimization will go out, and community will stay. Community will stay forever. As long as humans are, their communities will stay, because this is just our nature. We grew up in communities, right? We feel kind of a sense of belonging to the communities. We've been doing it for centuries, for thousands of years, right? This whole internet thing, it's new for us, not the communities. So I'm big on communities. I basically put my whole focus now on developing communities. And imagine if you have, for example, this is something that I'm building a community of Salesforce developers or people who want to learn Salesforce development. And imagine how powerful it is when you have like 50 other people basically with the same goal as you. You don't need that many people, right? You need only like 50 people. Not all of them gonna be active, like 10 of them gonna be active, right? So this is what I think about it. So I think if you want to start a company, what kind of company do you want to start? So this is a very long answer for your question. Because like, what kind of company do you want to start? And I'm not a business guru. I have no idea. I know how I started mine, but I have no idea how you should start yours. But I think actually, so if you think about what should be the first business, community is actually damn good business model. Like, you don't have to be, there's the problem that, for example, if you want to do a course or if you want to do one-to-one mentoring with someone, sell services, you have to be good at these things, right? So if you want to teach someone how to be a developer, you have to be a developer yourself. And I kind of, the more experience you have, the better, right? So if you're a senior developer, it's better. But with the communities, you don't have to do, you don't need to have it. Like, this is literally the best business to start. Like, you can just organize a community around you, and you can organize people. For example, you're a junior Salesforce developer. You can organize a community of 20 people, 20 junior developers, and together you're gonna like do something, right? You're gonna like discuss all the junior developer problems that you have. Like, you're gonna cry about like how difficult it is. You're gonna say, oh, like that sucks, or you're gonna share some cool stuff, how to get to the next level, meet a senior level, right? And with the time, maybe you can charge for it. Like, you have 20 people, you can maybe charge them like $20 a month. Here, side money. For some people, it's like a salary, the whole salary in a month, right? So that's what I think. That's what I think. Yeah, by the way, I wanted to build in Notion, I wanted to build in Notion like a habit tracker. That's why I'm this community, but I didn't really manage to do that. So anyway, going back to the to the project. So what members will be contacts. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to this. I think I'm gonna stay with the members will be contacts. I think that's a good deal. That was interesting. Everyone said SEO, but I agree that I find myself checking out products other talks about Twitter. Exactly. So if you think, yeah, I know this a lot of people say search engine optimization, but that's so for me, I would say, for me, it didn't really work. I tried search engine optimization. We even rank at some, like, for example, I think if we Google methods in Apex or something, I think we rank. Yeah, here we go. So we rank quite, like, I don't know what is, place number 16 or something on Google, which is not bad. Right? So we did manage to do something with the search engine optimization. Guess how much revenue did it bring us? Zero. Like, literally, like zero. At least direct, right? All my money that I've made through LinkedIn indirectly. So LinkedIn plus emails, right? So search engine optimization, it's like zero, totally zero. So I'm not investing into it. So, and I wouldn't, and if you analyze what is your behavior, I'm sure you will see that you are not really buying from Google that much. Yeah, so I'm not doing that. And I wouldn't advise anyone doing that. But it also depends what kind of Michelle, welcome. Thank you for following. Thank you. I see. I put you on my side with not starting like some kind of BS thing with a CEO and all that. But it also depends. It also depends what kind of business you want to start, right? I cannot really think right out of the head what would be the businesses that are more suitable for search for SEO, but there are definitely some that are more for that, or less. But I think that's the thing, you don't need. Another thing about SEO is that SEO is it's hard. It's hard. It's like you need to understand a lot of things to do it, right? You need to understand the technical part of it. You need to understand how to analyze what to write about. You need to understand how to write, right? So you need to like learn copywriting on quite a good level. And on top of that, it's gonna take a lot of time. So it's not immediate thing. It took me, I think it took me at least 7 months from the time I wrote articles to the time where I saw the first results from SEO. It's like a lot of time. A lot of time to see if it works or doesn't, right? So it's not gonna be immediately. So definitely don't do SEO in the beginning. Yeah, I think if you have like 100 or 200 followers, if you have just enough connections, you can already start a business. You don't have to do any like this marketing stuff. You can already start a business. Okay, let's see what Claude was gonna say on that. I wish I could just like on my laptop I could just talk to this Claude instead of writing. I hope that's with the GPT-5 that's what they're gonna include because I don't wanna type, like I wanna talk. I know that I can talk on my mobile. Why can't I talk here? Cannot this make sense? So I'm thinking. Let's hope it's gonna provide for me a good like Notion way. Alright, let's see what it created for me. Quite curious. I would add here as well. So probably delete this one. Delete this one, we don't really need it. Engagement score, that's the same. You just say how to say it, join order or something like. So for example, if the person joined as a third person to the community or as a 25th, joint order number. Price point. Also number. Currency rate. And I have an idea for a trigger actually. It's a really good idea for the trigger and automation. So the trigger will be automatic price point price points change. Let's take actual numbers that I have in my community. Just the force developers. About. Okay, so write a trigger. Write a. Should be trigger or batch. Let's say trigger. Or a scheduled Apex. Should be scheduled Apex. I think it can be a trigger. On the contact that will update current price point meta data type to a desired based on how many members are in the community, right? Okay, I think it's good. So I think it's good. So this one. What the hell is that? I don't need all of that. I don't need all of that. I just need members and that's it actually. So I need members and events and that's it. Don't need anything else. Events, data model. Price points. It's variable depending on how many members are in the community. That's fine. Oh yeah, that's better. That's good. Like this. Yeah, this one is actually good. Just don't really know how to well, events, maybe we can actually add here a new and call it activity. No, we can. Hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, we can actually, yeah, we don't need to do it with a batch. We can do it. Uh, Actually, I like this idea with the milestones. Now, when I read a little bit about it, I actually like the idea. Can you describe in more details for me the idea behind milestones? I think it's gonna be fine if we just do with milestones. I just don't wanna I don't wanna overload the data model actually, because because this is, we are trying to teach here Salesforce development, not creating fields, right? So I don't want to overload people with that thing. Maybe I could like develop a package and people just install the package. I don't know. Yeah, it's good, but I don't want to overload the... Yeah, it's good, but I don't want to overload the data model because I want my students to focus on Apex, not creating fields. Oh my god, what's going on here? Yeah, but this is what I've been thinking about. I think the best practice would be to save it in the metadata. I think metadata is good. Yeah, I think metadata is actually a really good way of doing that. Enum? I don't think that enum is the best way because you don't want to, if for example if you have a typo here, right? If you have a typo, you don't want to do it in the in code, right? You don't want to go and modify the typo in the code. You wanna do it definitely in the let's use metadata types instead. Can you create a description for a task where they have to create a trigger that will calculate it and send an email to the user for the milestone. Something like this. Yeah, this is good. Oh my god, what's going on here with the with Claude? Oh, that's way too much. That's way too much. It's way too much. Just business description. Small one. Just describe email template. Short one. And milestones. I think it would be already quicker for me to... just can't copy it, damn it. It would be just quicker for me to just do it myself instead of just annoying Claude basically to do that. Milestones. Yeah, I'm on purpose. I'm not gonna describe what they should be saving in the milestones and how they should be saving them. It's gonna be up to them. It's gonna be up to them. I think it's actually really good. I really like how it looks. I really like how it looks. I mean, it's gonna be a good project for people who are just starting out with triggers. And yeah, I think it's a good project. I can maybe think about something, not only doing triggers, but doing something like with scheduled. But I'm gonna do it after I come back from gym. Now it's gym time. Alright, thank you everyone for joining me with this stream. And if you're in the Salesforce community and you wanna be in a really good community of developers, write me. Alright, thank you. See ya.